Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome to episode number 20 of our Islanders Jam Mode. So, in last episode, I told you guys that I had to get rid of one of my right wingers, either Brock Nelson or Shane Prince, because we had too much forwards. So, I went ahead and looked and found Carolina was interested in Brock Nelson, and they have Julian Gauthier, who's actually currently listed as a fourth line forward. I know he's going to probably grow more, but currently he's a fourth line forward, so we could use him on our team as a fourth liner for this year. And then we also get a fourth round pick maybe out of it. So basically we're just helping Carolina because they're hopeful currently. So they're getting a pretty good forward actually for 1 year, and we're getting a good prospect that could actually play on our team in a few years, or we just get rid of him. And then we get a fourth round pick out of it. So, well, let's go through. Yes, it did. So that was a pretty good trade. So we'll go to roster moves. I didn't really want to trade away Brock Nelson or Shane Prince, but we had to do that. So Julian Gauthier, though he dropped to a 78 just because of the morale probably, but he will be our fourth line right winger because we'll put Bailey on the left wing because Bailey's actually a left winger. I don't know why he was on the right side. So yeah, we'll put Gauthier in. Marchessault we could have put in, but yeah, Julian Gauthier is a good prospect. So eventually Julian Gauthier could take over, like, say, Lindholm's spot, because we might get rid of Lindholm eventually. He only has 1 year left actually on his deal. Melker Karlsson, we might get rid of a lot of these type of guys. So anyways, that's our lineup for this year. So in this episode we'll just basically sim a good chunk of the season, probably up to January 1st, and then next episode will be all the way up to the deadline, or maybe the end of the season if we have time. So let's just see how we do in the preseason, and we'll look at our player stats for the preseason, and then we'll might make line changes accordingly. If not, we'll start up the season sim. So game in New Jersey for the preseason. Let's send out our scout first. Let's go OHL, and let's go 5 weeks. 3-0 loss. 4-2 loss. I think it actually is good to have a bad preseason because then you have a better regular season. So we'll see how our regular season is. So draft class is weaker than normal, so not a good year for rookies really. And okay, preseason is not too bad right now. Let's see, game against Pittsburgh. Shootout loss. So 3-3-1 in the preseason. Let's just check how our players played for that preseason. So John Tavares, looks like he was leading. It said, yeah, John Tavares and Michael Dalcoli both 9 points, so very good for them. And then Shane Prince 6, Hosang 5, Strome 5, Lindholm 4, Barzal 4, so on like that. Julian Gauthier actually had 2 points with us as a 78, so that's not too bad. As you can see, he has really good skating actually in shooting categories, puck skills. It's another power forward guy, basically like Brock Nelson. I think actually was a power forward, so it's a nice power forward guy for the bottom 6. And yeah, same with Matthew Tkachuk. He's actually a power forward too. So we got 2 power forward prospects, so that's pretty nice. And in goaltending wise, Soderstrom did not play the best actually, but he had a good save percentage, and Kemper played pretty decent. He was 0-0-1. He was the one that lost in the shootout. So that's his stats for the preseason. I don't think I'm going to make any line changes, just at least for now. And if something becomes a problem, then we will change it obviously. But yeah, let's start simming all the way up till the end of this month. See if there's been any trades other than ours. And free agent signings, that sort of thing. So our first game of the season is up against the New Jersey Devils, and we lose 4-1. That's not a good start. Too much goals against, and then we win 4-2. So I don't know what to make of those first 2 games. Shootout win. So looks like we're winning in every single way, or we're losing games, winning games. just a bunch of shit. We win in a shootout against Carolina, so I'm not sure if any of our players scored against their former team, like if Julian Gauthier scored or not. There's another loss, so currently 3-3-0. I don't know why the simulation slowed down. Oh, Nick Leddy's been injured with a concussion, so for November 24th, so that's actually kind of long term, that's almost a month. So that's a big blow to our defensive core. But Ryan Pulock, actually, since he's in 87, we're going to move him all the way up to the first defensive pairing, even though that's 2 righties. And we'll put Marco Scandala. What the hell? Stupid glitch thing. Or it's not even glitching, but still it's really laggy, kind of. Or it's slow, I find. I don't know. And Adam Pellick here coming in as a depth guy. And I guess, oh yeah, he would have been in the shootouts. Stupid. I hate it. So yeah, Adam Pellick goes just in that spot just because it'll be easier to replace him with Leddy when he gets back from injury. But yeah, that's a pretty long-term injury actually. It's like 4 weeks, 3 weeks. So we're up here at November 1st. We are currently 3-4-0, so losing a lot of regulation games and winning some games, but let's look at our divisional standings currently. Let's just check we won't check our player stats for this month, but let's just check if there's been any more trades other than our trades. No, there has not. And signings, Carolina signed goalie Lassie Peterson to a 3-year contract, so that might be one of their prospects actually. Boston signed Mason Marchment. Washington signed Tanner Richard. Toronto signed Christian Folan. And Minnesota signed Eric Gustafson. So not a whole lot for signings so far. So yeah, let's just continue simulating, I guess. And then after this month, player stats, make sure everybody's playing good. So let's just sim up to the 12th. Just get these games out of the way. Game against Vancouver in Vancouver. Wait, scout in assignment again. 5 weeks. So another loss, 5-4. So we're getting a lot of regulation losses. There's a shutout win against Minnesota, so I don't know if Kemper was in that against his former team, but and we have some player morale. So Jonathan Marchessault, he's complaining about his ice time. It's kind of annoying because he's one of our depth guys, so we might have to send him to the minors or something. I don't know. But hopefully he doesn't just keep complaining because he's going to become really pissed off. And he actually gets a chance to play now, I guess, because Lindholm's been injured till Remembrance Day 2020. So I guess he gets to go in the lineup now. So we'll put Carlson there. I'll put him on the third line just because Julian Gauthier is worse in overall wise. So we'll just do that. But that sucks though. But it's not too long term actually. So 2 wins straight against Minnesota and a shutout loss against Toronto. So yeah, we're continuing to lose a lot in regulation, but hopefully we clean up that for later in the season. So Elias Lindholm, we've actually made 2 trades now with Carolina in this GM mode, so it's pretty funny. Or not funny, but it's nice. Because we've made that trade with Nick Bonino and got Elias Lindholm, that sort of thing. So 3-1 win over Calgary. So we're 6-6-0, pretty much halfway through November. So let's just go to the 19th, get 4 more games out of the way. Game against Nashville is a shootout loss, so there's our first non-regulation loss, and there's a regulation loss, 6-7-1. Game against the Philadelphia Flyers. And Nick Leddy's back, but his injury is still for quite a while still. So hopefully we're gonna put him down on this one of the last defensive pairings, I think, just because I do not want to risk him getting injured. So yeah, let's just put Marco Scandella still there. Adam Pellick straight up for Nick Leddy. So we're gonna put Nick Leddy. Yeah, let's just leave Nick Leddy on the third defensive pairing just for these few games, just because I want him to recover. Because, yeah, he might lose morale because of his ice time or something, but we need him to be first, his health to be first concern. So one more game, he would be back to full health by the 24th, I think it said. So, and game against Philadelphia is another win. So we're 9-8-1 at November 24th. Let's just edit our lines and put Letty back up to the top defensive pairing. I just didn't want him to get re-injured. So Letty all the way up. Pulock was, or Scandal was, and Scandal and Waldersmith. So that's all good. Now let's just finish simulating this month. So our locker room chemistry is actually trending upwards, so that's pretty nice. And it's at 75%, which is not too bad actually. Could have been a lot worse. Okay, so we'll go right to December 1st, and then we will go through the transactions that were in the league, and then we'll go through our player stats so far. This video is currently at 11 minutes, so we could probably do up to longer than January 1st, but we'll see. Okay, so we lost a few in a row there, so 9-9-3 at December 1st. So we're still losing a lot in regulation, but we're in the hunt for a playoff spot. The Rangers are right behind us, so at least we're beating our rivals, or our big-time rivals. There's a lot of other rivals in our division, but let's just check our player stats. So Josh Hosing's leading the way. Well, okay. So Josh Hosing's got 18 points in 21 games. Dal Coley's got 17 points, and Tavares 16 points. So that first line is doing very well. And the plus-minus is actually pretty decent too. Second line, liner, Shane Prince, he's got 15 points, so I'm glad we held on to him. I guess we could check Brock Nelson's stats soon too. Ryan Pulock and Barzal both 11, Strome 10, 9, 8. Let's just see how Julian Gauthier has been. 3 points, so obviously he's not going to get much points at the moment, but he's growing, so that's nice to see. Let's see, goalies. So Soderstrom and Kemper aren't playing the best actually right now. Yeah, they're playing pretty shitty. Soderstrom's actually got a good save percentage, but they're allowing way too much goals. Soderstrom's 7-7-1 and Kemper's 2-2-1. Okay, so let's just go around the league, not around the entire league actually yet, because it doesn't really matter about now. Let's just check about Brock Nelson. So yeah, Brock Nelson's playing good in Carolina. He's got 13 points in 23 games. But I had to move him because he was listed as a second line forward, and putting him on the fourth line would get him pretty pissed off. And he's only got 1 year left on his deal actually too. So Carolina's got basically a rental player unless they want to pick up a new one. Okay, so that's that. Let's just check how our special teams and stuff have been in the entire league so far. So goals for per game. Alright, per game, yeah, let's do the average actually. So we seem to be, where are we? Oh yeah, we're not doing very good. 2.52. We have the exact same as the Rangers, which is pretty funny. So 2.52. Goals against per game. Where are we? Where the heck are we? Oh, we're right here. We're right kind of in the middle, but 2.67 goals against per game. So we're allowing more goals against per game than goals for. So we need to play better defensively. Power play is actually one of the best in the league. 15 for 65. We're fourth in the league. Not bad at all. And our penalty kill looks pretty good actually too. Yeah, our penalty kill is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8th in the league. Not bad at all. Okay, so we have really good special teams, but we need to be better, like 5-on-5. Looks like for defensively and offensively. So, wait another month because we are only probably 15 minutes into this episode, pretty much. So we could get still a bit more done. So there's less to do for next episode. Well, there will probably be the same amount, pretty much, but. So, game against Washington, 3-1 loss. So we continue to lose a lot in regulation. And shootout loss. So we're still letting in way too much goals. So I might need to make line changes. I don't know. WHL for 5 weeks, not 6 weeks. Game against Ottawa. 2-1 win. So everybody's liking their ice time so far, it looks like. So that's very good. And we lose again. And we win again. So yeah, our team's really on and off currently. Hopefully, one of these months we win a lot. So Ryan Pulock's been injured with a mild concussion till December 21st, and it looks like we also got a goalie injury because it's telling us to go to roster moves. So I assume Soderstrom or Kemper got injured. Yeah, Soderstrom got injured, so we're gonna have to call up Gibson, which means he's gonna have to go through waivers probably. So that sucks. So we'll call him up. Oh, it looks like we can't even call up that Arnold's guy that the computer signed us, so he won't be able to make the team. That sucks. Didn't even realize that. Okay, so we'll put Scandala there. And Adam Pellick back in that spot. But that sucks. Goal injury. I don't even know how long it said because it didn't pop up right away. So we'll have to check that. So Gibson is the backup. So not very good. And an HL team has to have a goalie now. See, now we can't sign up to pick up this Arnold's guy, which sucks because he's growing and he's a 77, but he won't be able to play on the NHL team. But I guess Holt could be the HL starter currently. He's also an undrafted guy. I don't know if the computer signed us him, but we could actually call him up apparently. So there's a 4-1 win. So Kemper played pretty good for his first game as the starter. Oh yeah, let's go to injuries and see if we can find out how long Soderstrom's injury is. Still pending evaluation, same with Pulock's. Pulock's is a big injury as well, so hopefully those guys' injuries aren't too long term. I think Pulock's wasn't too bad, but since it didn't say Soderstrom's, I hope it's not too long term. So we'll go with these few games and then we'll check again. So we have some morale issues. Well, not issues, maybe. So Gibson is happy to come up to the NHL. Let's just go demanding. And he likes demanding too, so that's good. So only him. Anybody in the AHL? Nope. So we actually have two presents in the AHL, and that's Andronov and Tarasov. So that's good. Oh, Tarasov's actually up to a 77 now, and Andronov is 78. Nice. Okay, so that's good. So Tarasov might make the team, not necessarily next season, but maybe a few seasons, if he grows even more. Ryan Pulock is back, which is great news. I guess Malcolm Carlson got injured day to day, so that's okay. So Adam Pellick, and we'll put Pulock in his spot. Did I actually click that? No, I didn't. Okay. And yeah, we'll just leave him on the third defensive pairing just so he recovers fully from his injury, unless he gets injured again. And Elias Lindholm's now been injured with a sore hip, so looks like even though I turned down the injuries a lot, there's still a lot of them. So I apologize for having to end the line so much, guys, but you gotta do what you gotta do. So that's the second injury that Elias Lindholm's had this season so far, which is not good at all. So oh yeah, we'll get out of the AHL. So we're 13, 12, and 5. So we got a winning record, but not very good one. So let's just check Soderstrom's injury. It seems like it's a long-term one because he hasn't came back yet. 5 weeks. Holy shit. Let's just check when that is. So 5 weeks with a broken toe. Ugh. Yeah, I guess as a goalie it would be hard to play with a broken toe. So, or to skate in general. So January 25th. So yeah, he's out for like quite a while. That really sucks. And then Malcolm Carlson's playing with an injured neck apparently, and Lindholm's is pending evaluation. So we'll just leave that. How long is this episode so far? 20 minutes. So we could go for another 5 or 6 minutes probably. So let's just simulate to the end of this month again. I don't know if we want to check our player stats yet. We already did that before though. So Elias Lindholm is back, apparently. I don't know if he's back to full health, but his injury is not that long term, which is nice. Hey guys, we're back. Sorry about that. My dad came home unexpectedly. So, anyways, we just changed the line. So, Lindholm is back in from his injury. But yeah, so let's just continue simulating. Sorry about that. Don't remember how long last episode, what part of that episode was. So we'll just continue. We'll just simulate like for 5 more minutes, and then we'll call it an episode just because I don't know exactly how long I've been recording now. I think it was like around 20 minutes anyway, so we'll just do another like 5 or 6 minutes of this. And yeah, so Carl Gunnarsson's been injured with a mild concussion, so more injuries. So I think for next episode I'll probably turn down the injuries. Oh yeah, we moved Pilock back up to his actual spot. I meant to do that too, because he was full health. So at least he didn't complain about his ice time though, so that's all good. So we won 7-3 against Columbus in an overtime win over Detroit. So we're starting to play better, which is good towards the end of this month. There's 4 straight wins, and we're now 17, 12, and 5. So let's just look at our player stats, and then that will be pretty much this episode. We'll also check if there's been any trades, but I don't think there has been probably. So player stats shouldn't have changed too much. So wow, Tavares actually is not playing very well, and Shane Prince is though. So it's good we kept Shane Prince because look, he's got 29 points in 34 games. Ho-Sang's got 30 and 34. Dal Coley 32 and 34. And then Strome 27. Tavares only's got 26, but he's got 14 goals, so he's leading us in goals, but he's not getting as much as assists as I expected him to. Barzal 18, Savard 17, Pilock 16, Carlson 16. Lindholm's only got 14 on that second line, so maybe we get rid of him at the end of this year. I don't know. Cizikas 13, Bailey 12, Tkachuk has 10, Leddy 9. So Leddy's not playing very good for an offensive defenseman, but we have Grellinger, who's an offensive defenseman, coming up, so that's good. Julian Gautier's got 9 points, only 79 still. Probably it's just because he's got really good skating and shooting that he's scoring goals. Everyone not necessarily scoring goals, getting points. Scandell's got 7, Gunnarsson's got 7, Walderspoon 6, Pellick 2, Marchessault has no points in this one game. So looks like our defensemen aren't getting a lot of points except for Pilock and Savard. Let's go to goalies. Just check our goalie stats. Have they got better? Oh yeah, because Soderstrom's injured. I forgot about that. Wow, Gibson just not good at all. He allowed 6 goals in his first game that he played. 5.54 goals against average and a 778 save percentage. So not a good game for Gibson in his first game, but Kemper is starting to play better. So Kemper's proving to be pretty solid while Soderstrom's out. Because he's out till the end of January still, so pretty much. Let's go around the league and see how everybody's doing for points, or well, yeah, points wise and goal wise and whatnot. But it's weird because like usually I'm only allowed to play till 10 o'clock in the morning, but my dad came home and for some reason he doesn't seem to care that I'm playing past my time. So hopefully, yeah, he just continues with that. So anyways, so entire league. So for point wise, Jamie Benn, Evgeny Malkin, and Stamkos have a 3-way tie for first with 42 points. Patrick Laine is also up there with 41 points. And Sagan and Eriksson. I don't know how Louis Eriksson's up there. Cam Atkinson's also up there with Vancouver. Interesting. 40 points. And all these guys. Jeremy Bracco as well. 36 points. Wow. Jeez. Okay. I thought we were going to try and sign this guy before, unless that was in a different GM mode of mine. But so there's all the points pretty much. You get the gist of it. And we don't need to sort by goalies. Who cares about goalie stats currently? Rookie skaters. So leading rookies is Jeremy Bracco. So Bracco's actually in his rookie season. So, and then followed by Maxime Comtois, who is that Winnipeg pick. That was the first overall pick actually in this GM mode. So A little throwback to year number 1. He's up to an 87 medium elite, 21 years of age. So Winnipeg's got a very good player there to play with Line A. Noakes has got 30 points. This guy actually was, he was at last year's draft. He was the second overall pick, so very good rookie season so far for him. Tom's has got 30. When was he drafted? 2019. And then a few other these guys. Jamnov. Oh yeah, he was the second overall pick by the Vancouver Canucks. So Vancouver's looks like they got a really good team currently. Rory Patrick, he was also, he was the second round pick by Tampa Bay. I remember him. Okay, so that's point wise. Let's just check the team standings and stats. And then that will be this episode. So even though it feels like I've not been recording that long, it's just because my dad came home for like 10 minutes. So, but now he's back off to work. So, okay, goals for per game average. We are 4th actually, so we're scoring a lot. So our goals for per game's gone up a lot. We're at 3.09 now. Our goals against is still pretty high, 2.76. It's around middle. Power play percentage. We have the best power play in the league, 25.7%. So I'm not changing the power play for sure. We've got 28 power play goals on 109 attempts. So we're definitely getting some good power play goals. It's just 5-on-5, I guess. And our penalty kill is the second best, tied for the second best with Pittsburgh. We've only allowed 11 power play goals against on 88 attempts. So, but the best team is Carolina on the penalty kill. So I don't know if they have Brock Nelson or whoever on their penalty kill, but Carolina's penalty killing pretty good, and their team is actually doing pretty good this season. So that's gonna do it, guys, for this episode number 20 of our Islanders GM mode. So in next episode, we will sim pretty much up to the deadline. We'll probably make a few trades and then probably sim the remainder of the season. And then the next episode after that will be if we're in the playoffs round number 1, that sort of thing again. So thanks, guys, for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.